What up, guys?
What up? Oh, Sneak.
We're back again
With another topic.
that makes your fingers snap. Yes.
I hope guys at home, when we're saying the snappy part,
You're also
you're
snapping it.
Wow. But guys, it is good to be back.
Definitely.
With him, with the somebody. But guys, we come with another topic today, and Usipo knows the topic.
It's like I don't know other topics before. I've always known topics.
Joking, guys. So I feel like we were actually discussing the other day, saying that it's so weird. We just went snap, 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 and we kept on speaking, but people don't know who we are, how we met, and yongela mix. Guys. So that's what we're going to speak about today, so you guys can know us more from South Africa, America, Canada, everywhere. Nisays who we are. So basically, must I do the honors and start?
You start.
I was about to throw you under the bus. My name is Ntombo Zukomthandeki, but minus the surname. I'm now Ntombo Zukototo, and I got married to this guy. But before that all happened, let's go back to 2017. But before we go there, that's my name. I am from Port Elizabeth. Gqeberha. They say chest out. You're not a gym, no false. Oh, gym.
Oh,
okay. But I'm from Port Elizabeth. I grew up in Greenshows Park, which is near Womo Park. It's like 5 minutes away. That's where I grew up. But before then, my parents used to live in Motherwell, and I talk say Newtu. And then we moved when I was 2 years old to Greenshows Park, and that's where I grew up. And then I went to varsity, and then I stayed in Summerstrand for the longest time. And basically I left home when after matric in 2011. I left home, and now we're here. So that's a bit about myself. I have 3 sisters. One is older than me and 2 are younger than me. One is in varsity and one is still in primary, and the other one is older than me.
Primary.
She's in high school.
In primary.
She's in grade 11. Sorry, guys. She's in grade 11. The other one, she's doing her first year, and the other one is older than me. And then here I am. So I come from a background of all girls, and there's no boy. So that's me.
Yeah. Oh, so we're gonna tell how we met.
No, before that.
Oh, we're still giving the background.
Yeah,
okay.
the introduction.
Well, for me, I'm born and raised in Dispatch. I think it's about 20 minutes away from Gqeberha. You know.
5.
Is it 45? Oh, because I drive.
So
So born in Dispatch. I was raised there. I only left when I went to varsity, and then I went to 40, and then when I came back from 40, then I went to stay in PE. You know, Gqeberha.
why?
Because I was following a girl. I'm not gonna lie.
Because of love.
There was a fat and set opportunity. There was a fat and set opportunity. Someone said you can move in with me. I'm like, Then we moved into PE. But basically, I was
How
born in.
many sisters you have in extra?
Oh, okay, yeah, no. So born in Dispatch. I left home, you know, when I finished high school, you know. Went to varsity, then went to PE. Now we're in Summerstrand. 4 sisters. I'm the only guy. Fortunately, my oldest sister passed away. So now I've got 3 sisters. So I'm in the middle child. I'm not the last born. I'm not the first born. I'm in the middle.
It's like we don't know where you are.
Yeah, you know. But I'm the only guy at home. You know. So I guess that's why I'm pretty much woman power. You know. Yeah, you know. Both my parents were present in my life, you know. So my parents were, until sadly they both passed away, you know. So yeah, man, that's that. And yeah. No.
Actually, I'm so curious for you to tell us how we met, because I feel like my story and your story is not really the same.
Okay, cool. So I start.
Can I? Okay, start.
Okay, cool. So how we met, you know. Friends of mine, 2 friends of mine were actually friends with Ntombi. You know, so 2 guy friends were actually friends with Ntombi. And they always used to hang. And so when I came back from varsity, you know, they was like, yo man, come and chill with us with Ntombi. So one night we organized dinner
It
date.
was my birthday.
What was your birthday? Oh yeah, it was.
It
Your,
was
so
my
they were celebrating her birthday. So they were like, "Listen, dude, there's free food. You know you love food. Come through. You know." And Tombi won't mind. So I don't know Tombi. I came through. The first thing that I did, getting off the car, like it was a taxi. You know but it's my way. Let me tell my story. I think you guys agree. Let me tell how it happened. You tell how it happened to you.
Yeah.
You know, so I arrived. You know, so these were during the times of meter taxis. You know, there were no driving or Uber this stage. You know, we're still crawling. You know, so I got off this taxi, meter taxi, and I called the guys. I'm like, "You guys, I'm outside." The boys get out, they come out with Ntombi. So the guys come out, they know me like, "Oh, that's Sipho." Ntombi just runs to me, guys. And I'm like, I don't even know, it's my first time seeing her, you know. And she's like, "Oh, I so love your eyebrow." What's this? Is it eyebrow?
What's his eyelash? This
eyelash,
lashes.
eyebrows.
Eyebrows.
Okay, yeah. So she was like, "Oh, I love your eyebrows. I love your voice." And then she went in for the hug. Now I'm like, okay, cool. Wow, this is a lot. It's fine. And then I hug, and then she introduced herself. "Oh, my name is Ntombi, what and what and what." I'm like, cool. So now my friends are like, "Why is Ntombi going all crazy?" First, okay, I'm like, okay, cool.
He's lying, guys.
You will have your time. You'll have your time. Then we went to sit on the table, you know. So just sitting over the table, and they're like, "Oh man, it's Ntombi's birthday. You must say something nice to her," you know. Then no one was sitting there. Now, so he came to sit closer to me, you know. And I kind of wished her all the best because it was her birthday, all of that. But right there, I could tell that I'm gonna flow with this girl. Oh, she had Afro that stage, you know. And like it was that time of women in Afro, you know. I was like, okay, cool. I love what I'm seeing. We need to work this out. But you know, yeah. So must I continue?
Let me.
Okay, get it.
Well, my story is when it started is that I feel like we were speaking before, but I was not speaking with you. I was speaking with your friends. But when you were always in the background, and they used to like to tease you and then and stuff. But when we met, guys, when I got off that cab guy, like that cab. Sipho, one thing I noticed, he has nice eyebrows, guys. You can see. I was like, you have nice. I was breaking the ice. Sipho's like,
I'm breaking the ice.
Sipho was like touching my hair, like I'm fine with 10, you know, I'm fine with 10. But you know
what? You
what?
could tell she was coming back from the saloon. It's very important to guys, any guy out there. It's very important to compliment a woman.
Except for that, in his heart, he was like, damn, that's the lady I prayed for. But he doesn't want to admit it now. Good pillar talk as dating. And then, okay, it's fine. And then we went to Spur for my birthday and stuff. He paid for my bill, guys. Like, yeah. But man, whenever I used to go out with his friends, I never used to pay my bill. He used to pay my bill always, and it was her birthday. You know, that was the to know.
This is the thing. They planned the birthday. The little I could do was to pay the bill. Like I didn't have present. Everyone else had a present. What must I do? Pay for the bill.
Yeah, but he was acting weird all the time. One and kept on touching my hair and stuff. But I thought he's that typical, like, Adventist guy, like, yeah, Papa, he's a singer, and all girls are like, oh, this guy.
That's not like that.
And I was like, he's cute, but I'm not gonna go for him.
Okay.
Yeah, continue.
So now let's continue.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now, cool. So that was that. Can question a few things, but I'll leave that up to you. Then I was like, okay, cool. Then we started calling each other, you know, exchange, you know. So remember one time, Ntombi called me for a whole hour, you know. She was gonna preach somewhere, you know, so she just wanted to run her sermon by me, you know. Obviously, I was like, okay, wow.
And you were going to town.
Yeah, you know, so we started speaking over the phone, you know. Then one time one time we went to Joburg.
Yes.
And then we came back without Ntombi. So we came, and then we said, then there was going to have it was a December thingy.
Yeah, at December, they were going to have like a boy
a boy thing. Yeah, we're gonna boys thing. It was a camp for the boys. So like, it was December, so there was Pine Lodge. So we rented, like, we still had money those days. There were no responsibilities. We rented, I think about.
It was expensive though.
Hey, dude.
Like the whole December, they were in Pine Lodge and Blue Water Bay. And then one of the guys had a girlfriend. So she was only going to be the only girl there.
So one of the guys said that we must invite Ntombi just to, not necessarily like we're dating, but just to invite her to spend time with the other girl so she doesn't feel awkward, you know, because she had flown to Cape Town. So Ntombi called and they will say, Ntombi will only come if I actually ask her.
And that's true. If anyone asked, I was going to say no.
Yeah, so she came. We stayed together, obviously, you know, it was like for about a week, you know, same place, just having nice time, you know. And I think for the like 2 days on that, I was just convinced that, listen, man, just tell her, you know. But you could tell that name was
Guys,
not gonna...
also, Sipho, tell this thing that, but it's like your friends knew that we would work out.
Yeah. So it was more like saying to the guys, listen, I think I'm gonna go for it. They're like, no, dude, you should, you know. Like, we really think you should. You guys will, you know, not different characters are not that the same, but you know, there are similar things. You should go. It's cool. Now I'm thinking to myself, friends. I'm like, okay, fine. Friday, I think it was Thursday, I'm breaking the ice, you know. Joymi has gone to town. When she comes back, I'm doing this thing, you know. You know how the boys are like, yeah, you can do it. And then also the friend, the girlfriend was like, nah, you should try your luck, man, you know. Like, if she turns you down, so what? Then Joymi comes back. I'm sorry to laugh about that part. Then Joymi comes back and then she's crying. I'm like, what is going on? She lost her father. Like, her father died, like, gone. Now, everyone's like, oh, we feel so sorry for you. And I'm like, damn, this guy had to choose. You know, this guy had to choose this day to die. I want to die because I'm ready now. I'm like, what must I do now? You know? So, okay, cool. Selfishness, let me bring back, let me just support. So then we end our holiday because Joymi has to go back home. Oh no, we don't end it, but she has to go back for that one day, you know, just to be. But she then says to us, listen, man, I don't want to be at home. You know, I'll still come here to visit you guys, you know, during the night, during the day, if I'm not busy at home with this funeral thingy, you know. But I just want to, every time I come here, it's more like, it's a lighter note, you know, you guys are just bringing a positive vibe, you know. Okay, it's cool. So then we go to 2 days before the funeral, we go to Ntombi's house, we paint the house, you know, we're just cooking, you know. Ntombi's family is allowing us, you know. It's like, okay, Ntombi's got guy friends now, okay, cool. They can come, we're cleaning the house. A day before the funeral, now we're cooking, you know, because, you know, it's before COVID, you know, like how funerals are, you know that 300 people are gonna come. You're gonna, so everyone's cooking and we're cooking, you know.
And he was peeling at my house, guys, like, hey, go to one exam.
Yeah, you know, peeling. You know? Then guess what? Now we have to go home. Now we have to go back to the place that we're renting, you know, for the December time. Domi then decides, hey, she's gonna come with us because Pagokwabo, there's not a place to sleep. So like now we've got an extra bed, come through. She comes through.
And you guys already moved to Blue Water.
Yeah, we went Blue Water. She come through, you know. And now this is the thing, né? We pray about it, so tomorrow, like, few hours is gonna be the funeral, and like we could see that Ntombi is like very nervous, you know, because it's gonna be the funeral for her father.
But did you ask me out before the funeral or after?
Before.
Yeah.
You know, then you could see that, okay, she's nervous, you know. So we kind of pray about it, you know, and then as we're going to school, one of my friends said, listen, man, not because I know that you also don't have a father, you've been through this. How about you speak to Ntombi? Just try to, maybe, you know, she could listen to you, you know, because you also have been in that similar experience, you know. So I'm like, okay, cool. Go to the room when Ntombi is sleeping, and we just talk, you know. Like, I'm just telling her, listen, man, you know, like my experience of losing a father is not gonna be the same as you. No one can ever prepare you for what's going to happen the following day. No one can ever prepare you for like burying your own parent. Like, there's no, you know. But listen, man, we are here for you. If you feel like crying tomorrow, cry. If you feel like fainting, faint, you know. Just be there, you know, got it. Now Ntombi's like listening, she's like, yeah, no, it's cool, man, thank you. And then she starts telling me how she feels, you know, about her father. Then, boys will be boys, something says to me, hey dog, it's now or never. Just tell her how you feel about her. Now in my mind I'm like, nah dude, let's do this thing after the funeral. But in my mind I'm like, what if after the funeral I never get this opportunity? Because now someone told me that there were 2 guys who were checking out Ntombi.
And one of the guys wanted to get married to me.
Yeah, and one of the guys like was gonna marry to him, but like, but they've never dated. Like, but this guy, you know, these church boys, they're just gonna come and say, hey, I dreamt about you. God says we must marry, you know. So So I was like,
And they were also never busy.
yes, dude, like that funeral was something else. Like even these guys came. Like it's different. Like we are here, they are there, and someone's like, that one wants Tommy, that one wants to marry Tommy. Then there's you, so guess
And
you are.
you're not shooting your shot.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, let me shoot my shot before those idiots. Because I'm thinking to myself, after the funeral, these idiots are gonna shoot their shot, and they have a better chance than me because they've known Tommy more than me.
Yeah,
some of them since primary. You get, I'm like, hey. This is the only time where it's just us, So I'm like, listen, dude, I know that
ceiling and floors.
tomorrow is funerals, and I had to be the bad guy, but check, man, Can you give the guy a chance? I do love you, bro. Then we went going like sad, like I'm gonna bury my father tomorrow. To be like,
I was like,
really?
I was like, I'm gonna bury my father.
How did you know? I also love you,
I didn't do that. I was like, no, I'm gonna bury my father.
Let's talk about this.
And there's a lot going on in my life. Don't. And
yeah, I was not gonna back down. I was like, listen, I actually gave an ultimatum. I was like, okay, listen, it's an ultimatum.
Try this for a month.
How about we just forget about this conversation now? We bury it. Then, after we did, let's revive this thing conversation. Let's just do it for a month. You get my point? I promise you, if you give me a chance, I'll bring peace in your life. I'll bring joy in your life. I'll bring happiness. I know that you're already a happy person, and Domi is always a happy person. But I was just saying, I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna disturb that happiness. I'm just gonna bring peace. You get my point? And most importantly, I won't be a nagging boyfriend. And I'm not gonna cheat you, and I'm not gonna abuse you. Then if it's right for a month.
If it doesn't
work out for a month, just throw me out. Knowing myself, I'm like, if this girl says yes, this month is gonna be the best month of her entire life.
Guys,
she said yes. That was a mistake.
Yeah, that was my mistake. I was like, this guy is not backing down. And then he came up with this thing of ceilings and floors, that I'm a ceiling, he's a floor, and don't this amazing analogy. If you could look at down below, scroll to my other videos, you will see. And then the funeral happened, and I remember making a speech at my father's funeral. Just the funeral was a lot to it, guys. But I couldn't sleep before the day of the funeral. And then he came and he's like, are you okay? And then I was like, no. And then I started to cry. And then he came to sleep in my bed so I could sleep. Yeah.
One of my friends simply said to me, the only way to get this girl, she's going through a difficult time, just support her.
Yeah.
Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it, player. Don't bring flowers. Just support her.
Yeah. And then basically he did everything.
So you actually agree that's how things happen?
It's just minor things,
okay.
Like the extra sauce you keep on adding. But yeah.
Okay, but there were two guys who actually wanted you.
Yeah, there were two guys.
No extra sauce there.
Actually 5. That's not 2.
Doesn't matter, I won.
2 guys. Hey guys, one of the guys came to where we were at just to check up on I can't Simba. And at that time I was like, Simba, I'm not even dating you. Why would you come back?
Look, we had this conversation. You were gonna get back to me. It's like, make this day. You can't be talking to other people who asked.
Where's that day that guy was gonna come to tell me like he wants to make it official, but he gas collab. But then the funeral happened, Sip was there, and I remember making a speech, and I was like, I hope I do get married to someone who's like my father or even more. Little did I know he's in the room.
Yeah, I kind of heard everything, so
it's in the room.
I copied it.
And then fast forward back to my place.
Oh, can I just say at this part, like when you have competition, and you're a guy, as soon as I said, okay, cool, we're trying it out, I was like, okay, cool. Just took a picture and I just posted it. Bang, love of my life. Just to say to the other 2 guys, I don't know your names, I seen you. Just on my territory, just stay away. I never post, but that day I was like, bang, wow. Seal the deal.
I even forgot when we were still
I even know those guys. I'm so bad. I was defending what's mine.
I remember we were still friends, and then it was Black Friday. And then Sipo said that, is there no Black Friday for Lobola? And I was like, this is just weird. Why would you say that as my friend? And to think about it, I was like, this guy knew. He knew, but now we here basically.
We actually, I think, just sorry to cut you off. We started like on December. It was December during that time.
2017.
2017. Guess what? December 2017, you know, her father passed away, all of that. January 2018,
You moved out home.
I moved out home to move in with her. That's how fast it is.
That's how fast he was.
No make daughter, guys. Like, she just didn't.
I shouldn't date that turned away.
Okay, cool. You know, like, said yes on the 26th of December. On the 5th of January, we were moving in together.
That's crazy. But before that, you used to visit a lot. Like, it also felt like you were always, and Sipo lives far, and there's he was always at my place. So just yeah, it made sense. But
proving your worth.
We got engaged 11 months in the relationship, and after 1 month he asked me about, do we still want it was so nice, guys, and life happened. We went for counseling and now we're here. So that's how we met. But Usipo doesn't want to be honest, the fact that I've baby, tell them the truth, that you've prayed for someone like me. I mean, be honest in front of the camera.
I did pray for someone like her.
Yeah, but the only difference that you wanted someone with dreads.
Oh yes, I did pray for someone like Tommy. Come on, guys. But I also wanted someone like with got dreads, like, I don't know. And I like someone.
He wanted someone. Yeah.
No, the dreadlock part.
Yeah.
The dress. I don't know. I liked women with dreadlock. I don't know. But now I just love him to me.
Yeah. Wow. But I think I didn't expect to be in a relationship when you came, because a lot was happening in my life.
Yeah.
But now I understand, like not a few years later, but maybe a year later and stuff, why God brought you in my life. Because that season I needed someone like you in my life. Like, even with the storms, you were the one who calms them. So
we actually had a song, you know, with the guys that used to play. You know, it was during that time, that song Jesu Fike Kuseni.
Yeah, Jesu Fike Kuseni, guys, that played like saying at 3 o'clock.
So we used that Jesu Fike Kuseni again, again at 5 in the morning.
Yeah. So yeah, that is Sipo, and I have.
So actually, you know, sorry to cut you. It actually shows that, you know, listen, there is no perfect time for asking someone out.
Yeah, there's no formula.
There's no formula to this thing, you know. If you feel it and the person you feels like,
go for it.
Go for it. At the same time, even when it's no longer working out, don't overstay your welcome. If it's not working out, leave, because you are blocking other blessings. You know. But if it's your time to get in. Don't. You know. I think this thing of, listen, you will buy this thing in this time. There's no perfect time in this world. I think COVID has shown us those flames. Whatever opportunity you get, take it.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to leaving, leave. Don't overstay your welcome. Because I also had an agreement that after a month, if it's not working out, you're leaving. But after a month, girl was in love.
Except for that, I think I captured you because I was just myself, and you're like, I'm not.
You don't be cooked. You're cooking, right?
Yo, I would cook, and because of my cooking and stuff, and he's happy. But I think one thing I've learned is that we needed each other to be who we are today. Like, even at your sister, my sisters-in-law, sometimes they're like they are shocked that Usipuya teta, Usipu is don't. But it's because I bring the you in you, and vice versa, and he can be himself, he can express himself. Even abantu efuna na wow Usipuya teta nendo.
I think, you know, I went through a rough time, difficult time after losing parents, you know, because I lost my parents when I was still in high school. So for quite some time in my life, it was a difficult time, you know. And by the time that it was my season to go through that difficult time, you know. So by the time I was meeting Tombi, I'd actually overcame that season, you know. And I was meeting someone who was going through a similar season that I'm coming from, so I could then be able to help her out and say, no, listen, man, it's going to get better, trust me.
Yeah.
You get my point? So in a way, it got better, you know. So the time that I was like, okay, I've cried enough now, it's my time for happiness. It was time for her to cry, you know. So I guess that's how I play that role of support. But after that, you know, it was like, okay, cool.
It's been good. It's been good. And now we're here. Now I'm married to the love of my life. Oh, Pekela don't.
She said my love of my life.
Aren't you love of my life?
Oh, yeah.
What did you where's your money? So guys, that's how we met, but there's no formula to this relationship thing. Just go for it, shoot your shot. And now we're here. And I remember one of the guys who was also wanting me. I remember Wafone City, but I've done my research about Sipo and etc. And actually you've married a good guy. So
not that his opinion mattered. Like, dude, your opinion did not matter. We don't care. Okay, you're an ex. Not even an ex, almost ex. Like, it doesn't matter your opinion. I'm just saying.
Oh, but guys, you see what I do every single day, every single.
But I think also the last point for me is that whatever you do, man, the best way to attract someone is be yourself and be happy. You know, this idea that someone else is gonna come and add happiness to you. It's not gonna work. You just need to be happy with yourself. Be at peace with yourself, and that person. It's what's going to attract them. You get my point? Because once you are sad and someone else brings you happiness, then that person is the one who's in charge of your life. You get my point? The person can come and add, but they can't come and start happiness that was never there. So be happy for your own self, and by the time anyone comes, they will find you in that direction.
Lovely. My last word is that always give love another chance, because even if your previous relationships have hurt you, always give love another chance. You might end up just like me and with the love of your life, you know?
You can even end up better than us. We are not the standard.
We are not the standard, guys.
You are your own standard. We're just saying it can work out, but you can have it even more better than us.
Yeah. And another thing I was gonna say, write your own story. Our marriage won't be the same as yours, and jalo jalo. We are crazy, like we are crazy. Hence, it's working for us. For yours, you might be different than us. But guys, welcome.
Like after we've been running as a family, like okay, now go, welcome.
Yeah, I guess we start off season 2. We're embracing a lot of things. We're going to be sharing more things, also having other people on the snapping channel. And
continue having conversation might makes your fingers snap. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys. Keep safe.
Let's do that finger thingy. We used to do this. Like we used to have a thingy, but now he forgot because we baby. But peace.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Good stuff.